2022 saw record growth worldwide for renewable energy, with China providing about half of all renewables installed globally. Many women have shown reluctance to purchase electric vehicles due to safety concerns, according to a recent study. And a new analysis by NREL finds that because of the recent Inflation Reduction Act and the infrastructure bill, the U.S. grid could be up to 90% carbon free by the year 2030. I'm Jay Warmke with Blue Rock Station, and this is the news from the solar industry for the week of March 27th. The Biden administration has implemented 200% import tariffs on any aluminum products that are being imported from Russia. Now, aluminum is a major component to solar panels, so this may affect prices in the future. Russia accounts for about 6% of the world's aluminum, and the U.S. in 2022 imported about $673 million worth of aluminum from Russia. A recent report showed that renewable energy has grown 9.6% worldwide. This is record levels, a record rate of growth as well. There were 295 gigawatts of renewables added to the various grids, now totaling about 3,372 gigawatts. Of the new installation, China accounted for almost half of that. It was 141 gigawatts of generating capacity, with Europe following a distant second at 57, North America at 29, and the continent of Africa falling far behind with 2.7 gigawatts of installation or new capacity in 2022. Now, when you look at worldwide what is already installed, top 5 countries again, and these are split pretty much evenly between hydroelectric, solar, and wind. But China is far ahead with 392 gigawatts of installed systems. Then about a quarter of that amount is the United States in second position, Japan following up, then followed in fourth by Germany, and then top 5 rounded out by India. NREL, the National Renewable Energies Laboratory, has been studying how to use perovskite to create solar panels, and they've had a breakthrough in the manufacturing process. In fact, what they found is they can manufacture these panels now at a lower cost and still maintain their efficiency. The efficiency that they've measured is about 90% after 3 years. Now, perovskite is a process that's made by depositing multiple layers of calcium titanium oxide onto glass. And the new process that they've been discovering combines a lot of those steps and also eliminates some of them. Now, perovskite has been identified as a new technology that may revolutionize how we manufacture and install solar. It has very high efficiency, uses very little materials in the construction of these modules, and very little energy input. Now, the thing that has prohibited perovskite from being commercialized is primarily that there is cost at the moment. It costs more than comparable silicon panels. Also, they're concerned about some of the stability out in the field. Most of the stability has been addressed through these lab testing, and they're thinking that now this new process might address the cost issue in the manufacturing of perovskite. So we may see the solar industry revolutionized yet again in the near term. A new study finds that women are reluctant to purchase electric vehicles as compared with men. Women only account for about 30% of the electric vehicle purchases as of now, but they do account for about 62% of all automobile purchases, according to this study by Edmunds. Now, why this is? Well, they cited that women are concerned about the lack of EV charging stations. the remote locations of these stations, it's a personal safety concern, that they're concerned for their own personal safety while charging. And of course, it does take longer to charge. And these stations do not have attendants, such as gas stations do have. So that has been the reluctance up to this point of women purchasing EVs. A new analysis by NREL has predicted that because of the various changes that were incorporated within the Inflation Reduction Act and the infrastructure bill that both were passed in 2022, we could see that the U.S. grid is carbon-free or almost carbon-free by 2030. They're predicting that between 71% and 90% of all generating capacity will be carbon-free. Now, that's not entirely all renewables. It does incorporate nuclear power, which is technically a carbon-free generating source. Now, this does confirm a 2022 study by Princeton University. And what they're saying is that if this does happen, and they're saying that there are a certain number of caveats that are involved, such as states do not pass, anti-renewable energy legislation, but it would cut CO2 emissions from the power sector by 72 to 91% over the 2005 levels. Should save between $160 and $230 billion in climate-related expenses, and they're projecting will save between $20 and $46 billion in healthcare costs. And that's the news from the solar industry for this week. We'll see you next week.